I remember the way the airport lights hit their faces when they saw me. Shock, fear, anger, all blending into an expression they couldn't hide fast enough. That was the instant I knew my silence had been worth it. I wasn't naive. Not anymore. But once, I had believed in the idea of family. My wife, my brother, my parents. We were supposed to be the kind of unit people envied. Sunday dinners, inside jokes, loyalty thicker than blood. For years, I gave them everything. Long hours at work, missed vacations, sacrifices I never had to explain because they enjoyed the benefits too much. I thought I was building a fortress. Turns out, I was funding my own execution. It started with her sister's account, a throwaway Instagram I wasn't supposed to see. No names, just pictures. But faces don't lie. There she was, my wife, laughing on a sun-drenched beach with my brother. My parents in the background, drinks in hand. They looked like a family. Mine minus me. The caption read family trip. Except I hadn't been invited. I had been told she had a conference in another city. I stared at those images until my hands stopped shaking. My brothers are around her waist. My parents smiling like nothing was wrong. Every pixel a blade. Then I checked my airline account. The wound twisted deeper. My hard-earned miles, tens of thousands I'd saved, gone used to buy their tickets. My work, my sweat, cashed in to fund their betrayal. That night, I stopped being their fool. Revenge isn't loud. It's silent, calculated. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I didn't beg for explanations. I moved with precision. First, I drained the joint account in small withdrawals. They wouldn't notice until it was too late. Then I locked the cards and froze the credit line. If they wanted to live off me, they'd starve first. Second, I met with my lawyer. Divorce papers drafted, assets protected, will rewritten. Every thread they could pull on was severed. Third, I booked a ticket for myself. Not with miles, not with my card. Cash only, a single seat on the very flight they were returning on. Finally, I waited. I let them bask in their fantasy, blind to the storm closing in. The house was quiet when I left. I didn't leave a note. Silence would speak louder than words. At the airport, I watched from a distance as they strolled off the plane, tanned, relaxed, smug. My wife leaned into my brother's shoulder. My parents carried souvenirs like trophies. And then they saw me. I stood by the arrival gate, ticket in hand, bags at my side, not waiting, just existing where I wasn't supposed to be. My wife rose first. Her smile shattered mid-sentence. My brother's arm dropped from her shoulder like it burned. My mother's face drained of color. My father clenched his jaw as if anger could mask guilt. "Why are you here?" My wife asked sharp, brittle. I didn't answer. I handed her a manila envelope. Divorce papers filed. Finalized soon. My lawyer's card clipped the front. She flipped through them, hand trembling, voice dropping to a hiss. "You can't do this." But I already had. That was only the first strike. Her sister had been careless with pictures. Dates, locations, proof. Enough to prove adultery in court. Enough to strip my wife of any financial leverage. My brother's career depended on a spotless reputation. Imagine his horror when I forwarded those photos, his arm around my wife, lips too close for innocence, to his firm's ethics committee. No explanation needed. My parents, living in a house I bought and paid taxes on, found it now officially under my name alone, thanks to quiet filings with my lawyer. The eviction notice hit their mailbox 2 days after landing. Every angle covered, every tie severed, every mask torn off. The real climax wasn't the papers or ruined careers. It was in that airport when all four of them tried to speak at once. "You misunderstood. It's not what it looks like. We didn't mean..." Their excuses collided, frantic, hollow. I let them choke on their own words. Then I spoke. One sentence. Low, controlled, final. "You spent my loyalty like it was pocket change. Now you can live without it." I turned and walked away, leaving them stranded in the wreckage they created. In the weeks that followed, the fallout spread like wildfire. My wife's friends abandoned her, whispers louder than denials. My brother lost his position, his reputation shredded in silence. My parents called, begged, cursed, bargained. I didn't answer. Freedom has a sound, quiet, steady, like the hum of an engine carrying you far from everything that tried to break you. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger fades. What remains is clarity. They thought they exiled me from my own family, but in truth, I exiled them. And as I sat in a new apartment overlooking a city untouched by their lies, I smiled for the first time in years. Justice wasn't loud. It was silent, precise, unforgettable.